Welcome back to the farm. My name's Roz, also known as Passion Flower, and each week you'll find me here talking about my farming and creative life. Before I share my week with you, just let you know which jumper I am wearing this week. This is the Radiate pullover by Johi Locatelli. The purple at the top here is the Purple Sea Urchin colourway by Dye by Hand Yarns, a really good Australian and Victorian hand dyer. And the blue is by Mayhem and Chaos, who's no longer dyeing, but it's called the Voodoo Lady colourway. It's an 8-ply or DK weight sweater. I really enjoyed knitting this, and I do want to make another one. I think it was really quite simple. It's a great effect at the top here, but it came out looking really well and it fits brilliantly. And ever since I made it, I have been wanting to make another one, and I've pulled out some yarn that I just need to see if I have enough of, but it's a brown natural yarn and a beautiful teal, which is coming out a bit blue on camera, but it's a green, dark green teal. Maybe if I put it beside. Once I get some of my other things off the needles, which are still going along, this is one of a project that I would really like to knit again. It is so crazy to think that about a month ago we were talking about having to buy water, and now our house tank is basically full. We've had quite a bit of rain in the last week and a half, really solid rainfalls, which is really good. The dams are not filling up yet. They do take a little bit longer, but having the house tank full means that we can start pumping to a secondary tank, and we can also start pumping to the dams if we need to. I did go back out walking again in the paddocks this week, and I found those mushrooms. They were still a little bit small, but we picked them anyway. We probably will be collecting a few more, I would say, over the next week or so. The rain is still making the ground nice and wet, but then we're getting nice, beautiful sunny days. Today is gorgeous at the moment. So the warm sun on the wet ground is the perfect environment for the mushrooms. From the 1st of May in this shire, we are allowed to light fires for clearing of rubbish and fire prevention for the future. We had been clearing some areas through the summer, getting rid of rotten trees and blackberries and things like that, and we've made some piles around the farm that we have to now go back and burn. So this week I got onto burning the first pile of rubbish that we had. Not technically farm life, but will contribute to the farm in the longer term, is that I have signed up for a 9-week bush tucker course at the Hillsville Living and Learning Centre, and the first session was last week. It's really interesting already learning about edible plants, and we're looking at things that are indigenous to this area in particular, which I think is going to be really helpful moving forward for the farm in terms of being able to hopefully regenerate some of the bush, and also to incorporate some indigenous vegetables and herbs into our longer term food gardening. Over the 9 weeks, we'll learn to identify plants that are edible and how to prepare the plant, whether it's for the seed or the berry or the root or that kind of thing. We'll also learn about propagation and permaculture and how to grow those plants. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of the course, and hopefully I can then apply some of that to the farm. Alright, a sock challenge update. I have been successful. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. I've never done that before. I've never cut into a sock and put in an afterthought heel. I've only ever done a forethought heel where I have knit a piece of scrap yarn into my sock and then gone back and taken that out and put the heel in. But this was completely scary yarn cutting moments. You can see where I have now repaired the hole from the first one, and I have knit in the new heel. A couple of lessons that I've learned. I used the yarn that I pulled out from the old heel to repair the hole, and as you can see, it's all very crinkly, which made doing the kitchenering quite difficult and hard to get even when I was tightening it up. So I think what I'll do is for the second sock, I will wash some of this so that it straightens back out again, and then I will still use the old yarn, but it'll at least be nice and straight, so it'll be easier to do the stitching. I like how the heel turned out, but look at the difference in the old sock and the new. So I could probably have put in any colour heel that I wanted really, but I do like how it turned out. I mean, these socks, as I said last week, are like 3 years old, and they've been worn to death by a now 9-year-old. So I'm proud with how they've come out so far. I am going to repair the second sock. He tried them on last night and they fit him. That was my other concern. I thought that perhaps there weren't going to be enough stitches width-wise, and that he would probably need to have a whole new pair of socks made for him. And I have said to him that I will make him another full pair of socks anyway, but it was nice to be able to repair these because he does love them so much. So I am thinking that I will do a tutorial on how to do it when I do the second one. If you'd like to see that, please let me know in the comments or give me a thumbs up on this so that I know that it'll be worthwhile doing. I'm really pleased with it, and I think it will be good to share how it's done. That's it for another week. Before I go, a big happy Mother's Day to my mum and to all the mums out there. If you enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Check out some of the older ones if you haven't done already, and I look forward to seeing you next week on the farm. Bye.